up, YouTube? It's your boy, Jody motherfucking Keith, back with another story time. Now, you know, you might have heard the slogan before in Magic, play the game, see the world. And no better story than that is my trip to Pro Tour Amsterdam. I had just top 50'd at Pro Tour San Juan, and I won the trip to Amsterdam. So here I am going to Europe for the first time. And, you know, I'm from New Orleans. And at that point in time, I've only been in the United States. I've never left the United States. I've been to Hawaii through the game. But, you know, I was in for some culture shock that I was not prepared for. So I'm 21. I go out there, and I'm like, all right, cool, yeah, Amsterdam. You already know what's going on in Amsterdam. We're going to hit the museums. We're going to check out the canals. You know, all the cool stuff you can see in Amsterdam. And maybe get some coffee, you know, at the coffee shop, you know. And then so basically, you know, I was just hanging out, and we were staying in a hostel, and I was hanging out with these cats from London, and they were pretty cool. And I remember we left the hostel one morning, and I was like, look, man, we gotta go get some breakfast. And one of the dudes was like, man, we should probably get something to smoke for after breakfast. I said, okay. I said, all right, let's go to the coffee shop. So we go to the coffee shop, and I'm like, all right, cool. And I walk in there, and they had this big old muffin, man. They called it a space cake. And I was like, damn, man, you know, muffin sounds pretty good, man. I'm down for big ass muffin for breakfast, you know. Fuck, let me get one of these. So I got it. I said, I'm knocking both out at the same time. I'm eating the space cake. So I ate the whole space cake, and then I left, and I was like, wait a minute, I am pretty high. As soon as we get up the block, and I was like, damn. And it turns out you're only supposed to eat a quarter of the space cake. I ate the whole space cake. So basically, you know, I was pretty tore up from the floor up. And then we walked around, you know, for about 3 hours, and we were just checking out the city and seeing the sights. And then I'm like, dude, I am so hungry, man. We gotta get something to eat here. That breakfast got me hungry. So then I was like, now I do this thing, you know, it's part of my own personality. Like I'm a very indecisive person. So, you know, when it comes to picking places, I'm like, yeah, whatever. So, but I like randomness in my life, you know, because it might lead me to an adventure that I would never choose of my own. So I'm like, hey, next corner we turn, boom, first place we see, that's where we're going to eat. So I turn the corner, and I'm like, Golden Arches, baby, Mickey D's right there. And I'm like, oh, well, that's the pack, dog. I guess we're going to see how the Dutch do McDonald's, you know? So we roll up in this McDonald's, and it's like this swanky McDonald's with like 3 stories. And you walk in there, and everybody's like, hey, you know, don't look like no McDonald's in New Orleans, baby. That's all I'm saying. And I walk in there, and I walk up there, and I'm like, I'm order the same thing. Now, this is how dumb I am, you know? Like, at that point in time, how uncultured I could be. I was like, I was pretty stoned too, but I was like, I'm just going to order the same shit I get at McDonald's every time I go to McDonald's. So I walk to the counter, and I asked the lady, you know, and we're you know, they speak Dutch out there, but they also, pretty much everybody speaks English. So I was like, hey, I said, could I get 2 hot and spicy chickens and $1 sweet tea? She looked at me and she said, what? And I was like, oh man, she doesn't speak English. You know, and you know how when somebody doesn't speak English, you think if you talk a little louder or a little slower that they'll understand it. So I'm like, could I get 2 hot and spicies and $1 sweet tea? She said, excuse me? And I was like, she don't speak no English, man. Why is she speaking English to me? She don't speak English. This is what I'm thinking. Can I get 2 hot and spicy chicken sandwiches and $1 sweet tea? I'm making an ass of myself right here. And she was like, what? And I was like, oh, you know what? Fuck this, man. Let me get a number 1 with a Coca-Cola. Can't fuck that one up. Number 1, Coca-Cola. So I ordered number 1, Coca-Cola. And the number 1 over there, it turns out it was a Greek Mac, which is like it's like a Big Mac on pita bread, you know? And so I was like, which was actually pretty good. And while I was eating, I was like, man, I'm such an idiot, man. They don't even have hot and spices like north of Mason-Dixon at that time. You know what I'm saying? Like, McChicken, it was like, it's McChicken when you go up north of Mississippi. You know, in the south, they got the spicy shit. You know, they don't fuck with the spicy shit up north. And then I'm like, I'm asking for a sweet tea. And it's like, look. They don't even do iced tea. They don't even have ice, you know, hardly in Europe. You know, how are they going to have sweet tea? You know, like, oh yeah, they got some sweet tea. Let's be real. Man, I'm such a dummy. And so I finished eating, and then I walked out, and then it hit me again. And I was like, I asked for $1 sweet tea, and I paid the lady in euros. Just like an idiot. You know what I'm saying? Unbelievable. And, you know, then we walked around Amsterdam, but then we went to the Pro Tour, and then at the Pro Tour, it was pretty fun, You know, I had a good deck I was planning on living in, which was pretty cool. But, you know, I just smoked a little too much hash in between the rounds, you know, because since it was legal out there, I figured I'd try it. And, you know, you play the game, you see the world, you know. I mean, I've won 2 trips to Japan and 2 trips to Hawaii and San Juan and, you know, Amsterdam. So, you know, it's nice to be able to get some travel, you know, and especially for the Pro Tour, because you can go out there for a long period of time to be able to test. So you'll actually, you know, obviously you're going to test, but you also get to be able to see the sights and not just the convention center in the middle of Virginia or wherever you're at. So, you know, it's definitely been a very positive aspect of my life. And I hope everybody gets a chance to play on the Pro Tour. But, yeah, you know, make sure you get the most out of your adventures. And, you know, if you don't know what to do, just turn the corner and then go to the first place you see. Well, I hope y'all enjoyed this story. And good luck to everybody that's grinding to get on the Pro Tour. Hopefully y'all get some cool stories like this too in your future. Like, comment, share, subscribe. You know, hide your friend, hide your kids, hide your wife, but tell your friends. Find us back here for the next story time. One love, good vibes.